Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Knicks in New York. For New York, they're in a little bit of a skid now. There's no other way to put it. Whatever momentum they may have had early in the season has gone away here as we've reached the midway point.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. This is a pair of teams that have had more than their share of battles over the years. The Chicago Bulls are in New York to take on the Knicks. The injury to Chris Dunn, that's the story here. He's out.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. Well, we only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game.
And nothing tips off a broadcast.
Well, guys, Kristaps.
Thanks, GA. And what's scary is Porzingis is only going to get better. That kind of fearlessness will help him in the long run. Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Grant is out there with Levine, and it's Valentine in at the 3. Grant kicks to Levine. Back to Grant. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Grant's got his team on the board to start the game for Chicago. Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Grant. To the inside, here's Cantor. Rebound by the Bulls. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. And that one, it didn't happen.
And sometimes your poor shooting from the perimeter can dictate, it should dictate, that you go to the inside. Tonight, they didn't do it.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
And stolen by Valentine. That one falls.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Outside, Porzingis. He dishes it to Cantor. Outside Hardaway. New York, no good that time either. The Bulls have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Rebounded by McDermott. Knicks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Grant. Hardaway up top. There's a screen by Cantor. Hardaway kicks to Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Markkanen. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And it's Grant in the corner. Outside, Levine. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Knicks trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They need this. Cantor. Great positioning on the putback.
And it's not a secret. Cantor is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hand.
Grant outside. Pass to Valentine. Back to Grant. From 15 feet away. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Grant's got 5.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
To the left wing. Here's McDermott. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
McDermott crafty when it comes to scoring inside. Uses that quick trigger release close to the basket.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise. Always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
Grant the pass to Levine. Down low. Here's Markkanen. The shot will not fall. Good D by Hardaway. Pass to Ntilikina. Sinks the triple. Ntilikina's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Ntilikina continues to impress from deep. He's definitely showing he's comfortable shooting it from beyond.
On the wing, Levine, guarded by Hardaway. Markkanen dishes to Levine. The shot from 20 feet away will not go. This is off the front iron. New York's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Ntilikina. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Hardaway kicks to Cantor. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just 1 so far. Grant the pass to Markkanen. High post Lopez. McDermott with a steal. And they're running. Tipped away. And stolen by Valentine. Levine with it. Now defended by McDermott. Lopez a screen. Levine kicks to Valentine. Tries it from 9. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. New York trailing. Here's Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. Shoots over Markkanen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Utilizing his length well there on the offensive end. Porzingis drawing that contact.
The Knicks have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
So many things that Porzingis brings to his team, the excitement, the energy on both ends of the floor.
You wonder for KP if the steps and strides that he can make once a team is solidified around him can be even greater. If that effort is consistent from everybody on the team, this guy is one of the top rim protectors in the league and fearless on who he'll challenge if they come into the paint to throw shots away.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And that one's good by G.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Here's Ntilikina. The pass to Porzingis. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
All of that happening because Porzingis moved well off of the screen to find the space.
G kicks to Zipser. Pass to G. Passes to Zipser. Puts up a 3. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Courtney Lee is on the wing. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
He's got no problem shooting off the pass, trusting his teammates will get it to him.
Pass to Portis. Here's Nwaba, guarded by Porzingis. Portis kicks to G. Nwaba passes to G. And he uses the glass on the layup. G's got the game tied up here for Chicago.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Now here's Lee. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Some nice passing by New York here. Oh, Quinn can't hit. Chicago's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. G kicks to Zipser. Now the pass to Portis. Now the dish to G. Clock at 6. The shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game. New York's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Got a piece of it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Bulls.
And when you look at that chart, concentrate for a second on what they're not doing. They're not getting a lot of threes from the corners. That's something that has to change. Makes it much easier to defend the team when you know they can't score from the corners.
1:58 left here in the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Well, I like Porzingis there. Could not have taken it by himself, but still has a hand in the hoop.
Out to the right wing. G passes to Nwaba. Lopez, a screen on Hardaway. Nwaba kicks to Zipser. Drains it from beyond the arc. Zipser's got his second bucket tonight.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Dishes to Hardaway. Porzingis inside. Working on Portis. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, not many guys are going to match up with the size of Porzingis in that area.
Nwaba passes to Lopez. Feeds to G. 6 to shoot. Pass to Nwaba. Here's the 3. The shot misses. And New York the other way now. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
So active defensively, and I love when they did force a turnover, they just flat out attacked. The points they got off turnovers swung the game in their favor.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Hernan Gomez has checked in for Porzingis. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Ntilikina. Justin Holiday's checked in for the Bulls. He got right to the cup using that screen. Nwaba's got his first 2 points.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Hardaway dishes to O'Quinn. They set the pick for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
G kicks to Zipser. Outside Holiday. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bulls lead by 2. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And Chicago leading on the court right now. Second quarter for the Bulls. They've got G, and it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. To the paint, here's Lee. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Lee's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Knicks.
Take a look at the Knicks over the last few seasons, Kevin, and they just haven't gotten anything going. Last year, they thought they were in a good spot with the additions of Rose and Noah, but the team just couldn't string anything together, had a myriad of problems, both on and off the floor.
Hernan Gomez kicks to Hardaway. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period. Doug
McDermott, he's checked in for New York. Hits the 3-point bomb. Brent, for the Knicks, they go after big names to try and get a super team together. But unfortunately, they've been getting players on the downside of their career.
I think that's the head-scratching part of all this, Kevin, is that this is New York City, often referred to as the Mecca of basketball, yet free agents have avoided New York. They have not wanted to come and take on the pressure of helping to rebuild the franchise. And many of these issues stem from a disconnect between management and what's going on the floor.
So for the Bulls, Markkanen, he's checked in for Paul Zipser. Valentine comes in for David Nwaba, and Zach LaVine subbed in for G. Here's Hernan Gomez, misses off the left iron.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
And LaVine, here we go. Here's Valentine. Off target from outside. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Jack's shot is good. Jack's got his first bucket of the night. Bulls trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Yes, that goes in.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's the pick. In the corner, it's McDermott. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. 9 points for Doug McDermott.
Pretty thing right there. McDermott shooting the basketball from the perimeter, and when he's beyond the arc, he is looking to do that.
Here's Holiday, up and in, off to an efficient start, 2 for 3 from the field.
Not sure you can ask for a better look. He can make those shots while sleeping.
Jack against LaVine. McDermott for 3. Second chance effort. Shot by Jack, wide open. No good on the 3. Oh, Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. LaVine kicks to Holiday. The feed to Markkanen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And LaVine, here we go. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Joakim Noah. When a powerful athlete, Brent, like LeBron James, steamrolls his way to the rim, it's so difficult and so much stress on that defense. But who are some of the smaller slashers in the league that can have just as big an effect?
A couple of guys I think about, Kevin, is Otto Porter in Washington, Thad Young in Indiana, and Trevor Ariza in Houston. Although he likes to shoot threes, still a good slasher. Most of these guys, Kevin, play with guys who have the ball a ton. Wall and Beal in Washington, Teague and Paul George. So to be a creative scorer, if you're not shooting threes, you've got to find angles and opportunities as a slasher to put points on the board. Those guys do a pretty good job of it.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
McDermott passes to Noah. Here's Jack. Jack missing again. Looking at the Knicks, they took the win in their last game against the Mavericks.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Never really perfect on the offensive end, and probably 1 or 2 possessions they'd love to have back, but on the whole, a tremendous synergy on offense.
Got a piece of it, tries to save it. Here's LaVine, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Noah. Sharon Grant, he's checked in for Chicago. The Bulls shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Hernan Gomez kicks to Lee. New York, no good that time either.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Grant up top, defended by Jack. LaVine kicks to Valentine. 5 on the clock. Grant dishes to Valentine. They get it again. Kicks it to LaVine. From the arc, the shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Jack for 3. Valentine grabs the board.
Right now, he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
Portis kicks to Markkanen. And the Bulls, another 3.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And one issue that has come up for the Knicks in their quest for success, Brent, is their lack of continuity.
Maybe one problem, Kevin, is that the New York Knicks organization feels just a bit too cliquey between ownership and then management, and the coaching staff, and that there just hasn't been the kind of connectivity that you need in order to make things grow organically. It's been very forced in New York City, and until they find that right combination, the struggles can continue.
Grant the pass to Lopez. Grant kicks to Levine. Back to Grant. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And it's blocked by O'Quinn.
Good reach by O'Quinn, getting to the shooter and reading when he was releasing it.
The dive for the ball. Ntilikina can't hit.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
Well, the players you see on this list know a little bit about putting points on the board. They're the shooting guards averaging the most points over the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by Zach LaVine.
And this is the cream of the crop at the 2-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
Well, these are the assassins of the NBA right there. The players who can turn a game on its head when they start to feel it. They are almost always the primary focus of the opposing defense.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
Watch Kyle O'Quinn play, and you see a player who's a solid option off the bench.
Well, at a Norfolk State, Kyle O'Quinn has the kind of size that you would want for that position. I'm not sure necessarily about a skill set as a stretch 4 out there, but he brings great energy, a nose for rebounding, and comes in and gives you consistent effort.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Passes to Cannon. And Jack kicks to O'Quinn. There's a screen by Cannon. O'Quinn can't hit.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Pass to Valentine. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Right now, Brent, so much ball movement is perimeter base, but as defenses have adjusted, do you think we'll see more offense run through the post again like we did before?
I think what we're seeing, Kevin, is that post-up play is being redefined by more guards, more guys who draw attention down there on the block. And that's the way these shifts are happening. The offense right now in today's NBA is so far ahead of what defensive concepts have taught you for years that the post-up game, it'll be a few years before we get back to dynamic post-play.
I find that comment you just made fascinating, that it's that much advanced over the defense now.
Yeah, because think about it, Kevin. For years and years, you've had coaching staffs and film guys talking to you about the basic qualities of a defense, and that is rim runs for the big, getting back into the paint, and building your defense out. You do that today, you're at a disadvantage almost every possession.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Markkanen. David Nwaba comes in for Valentine. And G's subbed in for Levine. Pass to Ntilikina. Outside, Porzingis. O'Quinn with it. Lopez is there. Ntilikina.
Yeah,
impressed with the quickness of Ntilikina. I think that part of his game is underrated. He just has that quiet confidence about his abilities, and he has shown a little bit of explosiveness at getting to the rim.
Here's G. No good on the triple. Knicks trail by 7. Hardaway for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Lee with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Ntilikina, he possesses that unselfishness that really allows his guys to play their best basketball. You got to love his approach.
That free throw, no good.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
Here's Nwaba, covered by Lee. Nwaba passes to G. Drains the three-pointer. G's got 10.
It's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
In a draft stock of point guards, Ntilikina's court vision, Greg, might be the best of them all.
I mean, he's a true pure point guard. At the same time, a good shooter. The length to defend wings, so that versatility makes him one of the more valuable prospects.
Grant kicks to G. Zipser, the pass to Nwaba. And the shot is long. Knicks trail by 7. Pass to Ntilikina. Shot from 16. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 4 assists in the game. Here's G. Here's Grant. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's the Bulls up 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. Looking at the Bulls, Kenny, what did you see from them?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more in transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
That's it for now as the second half just about ready to go.
Welcome back to New York City. Some street art on the wall of the Canal Street subway station in Soho, south of Houston, just down the way from us. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. G really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Chicago leading by 5. They've got McDermott. Enes Kanter is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Ntilikina in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And so Levine nails both of them. Ray, you played all 4 years in college after redshirting your freshman season. What kind of advantage, as you look back on that, do you think it gave you, if any, in preparing for the pressures and the style of the NBA?
I don't know so much, Kevin, if it gave me an advantage with regards to the pressures of the league, but certainly with regards to the physicality of the league, it's something that I desperately needed. Just a late developer, a late bloomer. I think I was about 175 pounds when I went off to college. Not a preferential playing weight for the NBA, so I needed that year just in terms of the maturity of what I needed physically.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Grant kicks to Markkanen. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Lopez a screen. Levine, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
For Chicago, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Here's Ntilikina. They get it back. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Cantor.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Over to the left wing. Kick out to Levine. Inside, unloads from 13. Clock at 6. Valentine dishes to Levine. Sinks the triple. Levine's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Hardaway, no good.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Markkanen in the corner. Stolen by Cantor. 3-on-3. Pass to Ntilikina. Porzingis with a screen on Grant. Down low, off the screen. Can't hit that one. So the Bulls will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They start a 3-game homestand with that game.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Outside, Porzingis. And he hits the jump shot. Porzingis has got 10.
Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
To the left side wing. Kick out to Levine. And the Bulls, another 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
New York calls timeout. And Brent, you went up against Hornacek as a player and even defended him a couple times. What was it like playing against Hornacek, the player?
Well, I want you to ask Jeff Hornacek if I defended him, because I thought I did a good job, and sometimes the box score didn't reveal it. But what a tremendous shooter, a great off-ball mover, certainly in that system with John Stockton. And if there was any room, Kevin, that I gave Jeff Hornacek, and trust me, there was plenty of times I did that, he was knocking down jump shots. One of the most efficient players in Jazz history.
And again, it's the Knicks missing. Chicago leading by 10. Outside Holiday. He feeds it to Markkanen. Now here's Valentine. Guarded closer. And that one, good. 9 points for Lauri Markkanen.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Ntilikina. There's a good screen. There's a screen by Cantor. Floats one. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. Number 1, the Knicks.
You know, they've been so aggressive on the offensive boards, and they're earning every one of those second chance buckets with that relentless effort.
First free throw is good. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for New York. And so he makes both from the line. Brent, if your team won't be competing for a championship, talk about the balance between giving your first-round picks or young players the playing time they need to develop against making them earn their minutes. That's a very fragile movement back and forth.
I agree, Kevin. Such a tight rope to walk because you don't want to upset veterans on your team who still want to go out and compete on a nightly basis. And you also want to make sure that your rookies just aren't opening the door for them to go out and do whatever it is they want to do on the floor because of your team's situation. So I think that's where the communication between the coach and the staff and how it is that the player is developing, you just don't dole out the minutes for that player's progression. That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Over to the left wing. Back to Levine. There's a screen. Markkanen kicks to Levine. To the left wing. From past the arc. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Levine. In the corner, it's Noah, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Hardaway. He's getting around 16 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And the call will be against Joakim Noah. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Knicks making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. Then for the Bulls, Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Markkanen. David Nwaba comes in for Valentine. And G's subbed in for Zach LaVine. To the middle, here's Hernangomez. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
This is where Willie does his best work. As I say, Kevin, he's Willie good inside.
That's right, Brent.
Here's a little research I did, Kevin, on one Willie Hernangomez. He played for Real Madrid, and one of the better post prospects in the Spanish league. If you get a chance to watch his footwork down low, you could learn a few new dance moves.
Right side, Holiday. And the layup's good off the glass. Holiday's got 6.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Picked by O'Quinn. Here's McDermott. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And an interesting note to Hernangomez. He actually was a teammate of Porzingis back in Europe. Played a part in why he wanted to come over to the States.
Well, I feel like it was a good time for him to finally make the jump, Kevin, across the pond and get over to the NBA. If Porzingis is vouching for him and your organization is relying on Porzingis, you'd want to bring in guys that he wants to play with. And Hernangomez and his skill set might match up quite well with what KP brings to the table.
Picked by O'Quinn. Here's Ntilikina. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Nwaba. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. 6 points for him.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. Take a look at the Knicks. They're down in the bottom of the conference. Their fans hope they can turn it around and show some improvement. And, of course, Chicago, 3.5 back.
And seeing where the Knicks are, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
There's still some chances to find some positives as the season comes to an end. Even if it's not a playoff spot, just some kind of forward momentum heading into the offseason.
New York calls timeout. Here's Lee. He's got 7. And there's the pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's the screen. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Nwaba passes to Holiday. Here's G. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 13 points for G.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix. Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Zipser kicks to Nwaba. Good D by Lee.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
Here's Ntilikina. 13 points in the game. He kicks it to O'Quinn. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Easy to see that foul call there as O'Quinn, the wide body, gets in there for contact.
And this will be his 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here. First one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the 2nd.
Porzingis is checked in for Hernan Gomez. And a change for the Bulls. Lopez, he's checked in for Justin Holiday.
And over time, O'Quinn has carved out a nice role for himself, a capable and bruising big.
G kicks to Zipser. Lopez a screen. And that one's good. Zipser. Zipser's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls. New York's gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the 2nd half. They're 0 for 4. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Ntilikina. The 3rd shot of the possession finally falls for him. Ntilikina's got 6 in the quarter.
And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
Over in the corner, Portis. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Nwaba. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the 2nd half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Left side, Porzingis. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Porzingis has got 12.
Well, that's a patented move, I think, for Porzingis. Excellent with the catch and shoot.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their work from beyond the arc has been a highlight. A lot of threes, finding the bottom of the bucket. Back right after this. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
Keep competing, guys. Keep competing. Hey, we made the extra pass all quarter. Great job. Great job. Keep that movement out there. All right, keep attacking, guys. Every time we get into the paint, something good's happening.
Fred Hoiberg smelling blood. Loves what they've been able to do offensively around the rim.
I think they found a weakness in the D. Want to keep pounding on it and at least until some kind of adjustment is made by the opponent.
And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. On the court for the Bulls, getting this 4th quarter started. We've got Robin Lopez. G is out there with Grant. And it's Portis in at the power forward position. Grant outside. Back to Portis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Portis has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Bulls. Pick by O'Quinn. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Ntilikina.
And this is something Ntilikina does remarkably well. I mean, he's a beast in that pick and roll and just has a knack for knowing where to go after he comes off the screen.
And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
Well, the team needed just a bit of momentum shifting back to their side. They're excited. Let's see if they can maintain that excitement long enough to get some damage done.
Beyond the arc, Chicago grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Portis, lays it up off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 12.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. So for the Knicks, Enes Kanter comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. Hardaway is subbed in for Doug McDermott. Then for the Bulls, Markkanen, he's checked in for Portis. Denzel Valentine comes in for David Nwaba. And Levine subbed in for G. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek said to his team. He was not happy with their defensive performance. He said they're getting everything they want. We've got to show them we can't let that happen. You have to make a stand. You have to get some stops, and that'll get us going on a run. Guys?
Thank you, David. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch four. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
Out to the right wing. Ntilikina. No good on the three.
Might want to stop shooting from out there right now because it's just not working. He needs to look to get his teammates involved at this point in the game.
That's good from Valentine. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Knicks trail by 11, and they're pushing it up. Here's Ntilikina. And not sure what he was thinking there.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Here's Valentine. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists now in this one.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Picked by Lee. A 3 from Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Lopez has got his 6th rebound on the night. Valentine kicks to Lopez. Here's Markkanen. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. We'll look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth.
Get out the court, Bulls! Shoot!
Outside Hardaway. And the Knicks miss again. The Bulls leading by 14. Grant kicks to Levine. To the paint. Here's Lopez. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Porzingis sets the pick for Lee. Will it go? And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Grant kicks to Markkanen. Back to Grant. Knocked away. Hardaway against Levine. There's the dish to Cantor. Some nice passing by New York here. He gets it in there. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Levine against Hardaway. Grant kicks to Levine. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Pretty clear that for the New York Knicks, the next best big thing in the city is Kristaps Porzingis. This franchise knows that he's the future and also the present, so he'll be the star that they build around in years to come.
McDermott's checked in for the Knicks. And for KP taking over as the best player on his team, Brent, he's probably earned it. Fantastic play from him, and he has far surpassed expectations.
Well, I think he showed some great signs last year. In his first year, his rookie campaign, he really struggled coming down the stretch. And I think whatever he did in the offseason to prepare himself for his sophomore year got him through the season much more consistently. But how lucky were the Knicks to get this guy, and we'll see if he ends up becoming the cornerstone of what they do in the future.
The Bulls leading by 11. Dishes to Lopez. Feeds it to Markkanen. Kicks it to Grant. There's the pick. Lopez sets a screen for Valentine. Second shot opportunity. He dishes it to Lopez. Levine passes to Grant. Puts up a 3. Levine can't hit. New York shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
To the wing right side. Out to the wing. Lopez dishes to Grant. And there's the feed to Levine. Lopez a screen on Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. He used that pick to get in close. Levine's got 15 points in just the second half. Passes it to Cantor. Markkanen pulls it in. Chicago's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. He feeds it to Valentine. Grant outside. Valentine kicks to Levine. Again, Levine missing. Knicks trail by 11. Pass to Ntilikina. Screen by Porzingis. There's the pick. Lets it go from deep. That one misses. And it's Chicago the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Now the pass to Markkanen. Grant dishes to Valentine. Over to the wing. Grant outside. Here's Levine. Ntilikina with the rebound. And the Knicks with possession. 11-point game. That one a little long.
Just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Valentine kicks to Levine. Now here's Valentine. Defense right on him. Here's Grant. And again, Chicago. No good. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
They get it again, and it's sent back by Lopez. They swipe it. McDermott can't get it to go.
It looked like he wanted no part of that. Superb defense there, really making it tough on him.
Back to Grant. Lopez a screen. Grant the pass to Lopez. Grant dishes to Levine. Feeds it to Valentine. 1:14 left to play in the final quarter. That shot off. They need this one. Offensive rebound. Here's Porzingis. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Bulls.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Zach LaVine.
Now, he was remarkable, absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and the Knicks miss again.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Scooped up to the wing right side. Another shot. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.